Welcome, everyone. Lovely to see all your names here. Gulshan and Lynn here with you again for day 3. And in our journey of expanding our awareness, we started on Monday, day 1, with self-realization, realizing ourself. We're continuing with that theme of our self-realization. Yesterday on day 2, Jenny took us through a lovely meditation where we put our attention on our spirit, and also a little bit about our 3 areas where we function in life, the present, where we're trying to be in more and more, and our futuristic nature, and our past and emotional side of our being. And then we did a little bit of clearing where we tried to be a little bit more in the center. So that was the start of our awareness of ourselves. And today we'll take it a little bit further again with Andrew, who'll try to make us aware of all of our energy centers or chakras. And also he's got a little special something with the oil and the salt and the sugar. So if you have forgotten to pick that up and you want to grab it now, just grab it. Otherwise, I'm sure you can also do the massage he's got planned for us without the oil and the salt and sugar as well, but so don't worry about that. I think we might be ready to rock and roll with you, Andrew. Gulshan, was there something else you wanted to mention?
I was just going to welcome everyone for joining us on day 3. And if this is your first day, Andrew will still take us through the self-realization process, so you won't be missing out on anything. And Andrew, welcome tonight.
Welcome,
you.
Andrew.
Thank you, Gulshan. Thanks, Lynn.
Very pleased to have you. And tell us a little bit about what you have in store for us tonight.
Okay, so today we're going to go through the self-realization experience and meditation, which is really the essence of Sahaja Yoga meditation, is the meditation. But the particular subject we're going to focus on will be Your Hands Will Speak, which I'm going to elaborate on.
Okay, well, take it away, Andrew. We'll move back into the background and
we'll fade into the background and take the floor, Andrew. Thanks.
So your hands will speak. Because the language of hands is a universal language, but hands will speak means that these fingertips will be enlightened. And once they're enlightened, you will be able to understand. This was something Shri Mataji said in 1982. Sahaja Yoga meditation was started in 1970 by Shri Mataji, and I know most of you have probably been to some of the other programs, so I'll just give a little bit of a rundown. But Shri Mataji started to give this experience of self-realization to people without any previous training or anything like that. So the awakening of Kundalini is something normally was described in sort of much more in-depth scriptures and not for the general public. But Shri Mataji actually started to give this experience to people. So we're going to go through the experience of self-realization. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about this system, which is the system of the chakras. I'll leave that to somebody in forthcoming programs, except that we've got 7 main energy centers within us, starting from the base of the spine. Then above that is a triangular bone called the sacrum, or triangle which represents the bone in the base of the spine called the sacrum. And in that is an energy called Kundalini, which is a mothering, nurturing energy, which is the aspect of us which has guided us through our evolution up till now without our awareness. And as humans, we can consciously desire and develop our awareness and our progress our evolution to become spiritual human beings. And then there's a left and right channel, which we'll talk a little bit about. The left channel is the emotional side, the past, and the thinking about the past. Now, the heart where the spirit resides is on that side, and on the other side is the side of action. But the part that we're going to put the most attention on this time is the central channel, because we wish to awaken the Kundalini. But to do that, we overcome obstacles on our left side, which is our conditioning. And we're going to be guided by Shri Mataji through this process. But just for now, I was going to show you where we put our hands. First of all, we go through this. We can be sitting on the floor or on a chair with your feet on the floor. Best to take your shoes off, be comfortable, but keep your back quite straight, and have your palms of your hands open. Leave the left hand on your lap throughout the process, pretty much up until the end, with your palm up. And we're going to place our right hand on different parts of the subtle energy system within us, these chakras. And at each point, we'll be guided with an affirmation that we can say at that point by Shri Mataji, who'll take us through it. So we start off by putting our right hand on the heart chakra, and then, so we can just do that together now as a practice run. So while you're watching, put your hand on the heart, leave your left hand open, then you put your hand down just under your ribs on the left-hand side. So it's your right hand you're putting on the left side of your body. And press in a little bit, there'll be an affirmation for that. We're going to do this with our eyes closed when we are guided by Shri Mataji. Then we'll put our hand down at the bottom of the abdomen, where the left leg and the tummy meet. Then we'll bring our hand back up under the ribs again. At each point, we'll be saying an affirmation. Then on the heart again. Then we'll put our right hand on the left side of the neck and turn the head to the right a little bit. And you can press the muscles here a little bit, because that'll help to relax that area where we store a lot of our tensions and different things that can block the flow of this Kundalini. Then we're going to put our right hand across the forehead and bend the head down a little bit and press the temples a little bit with the fingers on one side, the thumb on the other side. Then we'll put our hand on the back of the head and bend the head backwards. And then we're going to stretch the fingers back and put the middle of the palm on the top of that area, which is a soft area when we were a baby, called the fontanel, and press down a little bit and just move the scalp in a clockwise way, like that. We're not rubbing the head, we're just kind of moving the scalp. So that's where we're going to put our hands through the process which Shri Mataji guides us. And for the rest, we'll just listen to what she has to say. And at the end, when she's finished, we'll just play a little bit of music and have a silent meditation and just watch inward, observe ourselves, and just see if we can be in thoughtless awareness, which is the state of meditation. So if we can now play the video of self-realization which Shri Mataji gave in Brisbane in May 1987. Can't hear any sound.
sound. You need to share? Now let us do it with our eyes closed. Just keep your eyes closed. It's very simple and it will work out, I'm sure. Keep your eyes closed. First of all, please put your right hand on your heart. All the time the left hand is towards me. Now, here you have to say, in your heart, with all sincerity, you have to ask me a question. You have to ask me a question, Mother, am I the spirit? If you want to call me Shri Mataji, you can call that, or you can call me Mother, but whichever way you want to call, that's not important. You have to say, Mother, am I the spirit? Ask the question 3 times in your heart. This is a very fundamental question. Like a computer, you are asking me a question. Now bring the right hand on to the left hand side of your stomach, in the upper part. Here press it. Now this is the center of your mastery, your guidance, your Guru Tattva as they say. So ask a question, Mother, am I my own master? This is a question to be asked 3 times. Mother, am I my own master? Now, bring your right hand down below in the lower part of the abdomen. Now, this is the center from which all the divine work is done. All the pure work is done. Now, this center is such that you have to ask me that, Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. If you do not ask, I cannot force on. So to ask me 6 times, because this center has got 6 petals. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. This works out all the divine plans. 6 times you just ask. As a result of this asking, the Kundalini starts getting awakened. Now to help the Kundalini to rise, you have to cooperate with her. So please put your right hand on the left hand side in the upper part of your abdomen and press it on the stomach. Now here you have to say with full confidence, to help the Kundalini to rise, Mother, I am my own master. This you have to say 10 times. These are the 10 commandments which you have to say. That, Mother, I am my own master. Now, 10 times with full confidence. Now, please raise your right hand to your heart. Now, here you have to say, again with full confidence, Mother, I am the Spirit. This is the truth. You are the Spirit. But you have to say with full confidence, Mother, I am the Spirit. This you have to say 12 times. Now one has to know that God Almighty is the ocean of love. Above all, He is the ocean of forgiveness. So He forgives. Whatever wrong you do, He forgives. So don't feel guilty and put your right hand across. On the left hand side, in the corner which is made by your neck and your shoulder. Now here you have to say, again with full confidence, 16 times, Mother, I am not guilty. Please say it. Mother, I am not guilty. 16 times. I am not guilty at all. Please say it. Please say it. Very hot. Now raise your hand across on your forehead. Now this is the center of Christ and is a very important center. Here you have to say from your heart, Mother, I forgive everyone. Please say it from your heart. How many times is not the point. Mother, I forgive everyone. Now some would say that it's very difficult to forgive. But it's a myth that we do not forgive or we forgive. We do not do anything in both the cases. But if we don't forgive, then we play into wrong hands. So please say from your heart, Mother, I forgive everyone. Now please take your hand on the back agya, the same center, on the back side of your head and allow your head to rest on it and push it back a little bit. Now here, you have to say, for your satisfaction, because you always feel guilty, that, O Divine, if I have done anything wrong, please forgive me. Please forgive me. From your heart. Now to the fontanel bone area, where they say they give baptism, but actually it's an artificial one. Stretch your hand fully and put your center of your palm on top of the fontanel bone area, which was a very soft bone in your childhood. Press it hard. Press hard your scalp. Now you have to move it 7 times, saying one thing, which you have to ask for Mother, please give us my self-realization, because I cannot force on you. So you have to ask for it. 7 times, press it hard and move it 7 times, very hard. Slowly, saying that. Now, remove the right hand. Slowly open your eyes. Put your right hand towards me and see on your left hand, raise it little higher than your head and see if there's a cool breeze is coming out of your head. Some people might get it. Put the right hand towards me, please. Right hand towards me. And with the left hand. Right hand towards me with the left hand. Just see if there's a cool breeze coming out of your head. Now turn it. Put left hand towards me. See with your right hand. Some people might get hot breeze. It's all right. But after some time it will become cool. You can bend your head and see for yourself again with the left hand. Put the right hand towards me. Now raise your both the hands and ask one question. Is this the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost in your heart? Ask the question, is this the Brahma Chaitanya? Is this the all-pervading power of God, of His love? Ask this question 3 times. That's all. Now, you can feel it in your hands also. Take it down. Please take it down.
So we'll just meditate now for a little while. Just observe the thoughts, let them go. If there's any thoughts, just let them go. Or just have a little bit of music and just be in the present. Every now and then, if your mind wanders, just feel above your head again in the same way we did it, and just see if just brings your attention back to that space above the head, which is the easiest space to be in that state of meditation. Just leave your hands on your palm, with your palms upwards on your lap, and just observe how you're feeling Observe your thoughts and be in the present. Let the thoughts go. So, feeling vibrations, the hands will speak, is a topic of today's program. So, when Shri Mataji asked us to place our hands above the head and see what we could feel. So, some of us may have felt cool, some may have felt a little bit of heat. The cool is that manifestation of the Kundalini. The heat may be just that the Kundalini is pushing some heat out of the chakras. And in time, you'll start to be able to feel different things on your hands. And hopefully today, that's going to begin. So when we put our hands above our head, as Shri Mataji said, and ask the question, is this the cool wind of the Holy Spirit, or is this the cool wind of the love of God, the energy of God? Again, some of us may have felt an increase in the vibrations of the cool, and in a way that's an answer. And holding the hands up helps to clear this chakra, which relates to the sensitivity of the hands. So I'm going to describe a little bit about how this vibratory awareness works, But throughout this, let's see if we can maintain this meditative state. We're going to listen to another talk of Shri Mataji where she talks about the vibrations and a little bit of more information about what is self-realization and the meditation. So please keep your hands on your lap and listen to Shri Mataji's talk again, which was in 1987.
But if a person is a self-realized person, he goes beyond temptations, beyond any kind of domination of any habits. He becomes a very strong person, very powerful person, and extremely compassionate. His compassion is active. It's not a compassion that I have formed a charitable institution which lends money to people. It's not like that. The being itself emits compassion, and this compassion acts and works out. For example, you become like a light which gives light to people and to yourself. You know others and you know yourself. That is the light of the truth. And unless and until that happens, one should not say that I am a self-realized soul or I am a twice born. Is artificial. So what you have to understand that we are living in a relative world. We talk relatively. We have to be in the absolute world, where the truth is absolute. Where now, before you I am standing, you know very well that I am wearing a sari which is white. But it's a relative still, because somebody will say, oh, maybe it's white, somebody will say it's off-white, somebody will say like that. Still you know something. But to know it absolutely, meticulously, the right thing, you have to be the spirit. But what you know is much more than these eyes can see or this nose can smell, is much more explicit, much more clear-cut, like a person who is suffering, say, from some disease. A child is suffering from some disease, and they don't know what the disease is. So they have to go through many various kinds of tests. And for that, if the gentleman, the father or the mother, they have to pay a lot of money. They go on finding about the child, what's wrong. They cannot find it, what's wrong with the child. And they are so upset about it. And within 3 days, the child dies, and still the diagnosis has not come through. It's a very common thing. But when you are a self-realized soul, you can know what's wrong with the child. Exactly, you can put down your finger on the problem that he has. Now, how does it happen? He has already told you about the chakras that we have, the centers within us. These are the centers which on one side control the cosmos, on the other side control us, give knowledge, and on the other side they give us the knowledge about others. These centers are within us. Now, when I'm telling you all this, you have to have an open mind of a scientist. You shouldn't just deny it, because in your concept it doesn't fit in. But like a scientist, please see to it that if it is proved, you have to accept that this is so. Now, these chakras are within you, these centers are within you, and these centers communicate to you through your fingertips what's the matter with the child. You can feel it on your fingertips. Now 5, 6 and 7 centers, right side, 7 centers. The right side has got these 7 centers if they are decoded properly, and if you know what is the decoding is. Putting the hand towards the child for a realized soul, it is very easy to say where is the problem. And as soon as he finds the problem and he knows how to cure it, he can cure people without going to doctors. Sahaja Yoga has cured, I must say. I don't want to claim it because I don't want to open a hospital. We are here to create doctors and not patients. So even some patients who have come to us have become doctors today, in a way that they diagnose it on their fingertips. As Muhammad Sahib has clearly said that at the time of your resurrection, your hands will speak.
So we'll just meditate again, just watch the emotions and just slow the breath down, slow the breathing, just watch the breath in, pause a little bit, watch the breath out. That helps to quieten the mind, brings the attention inwards. Be the witness, the spirit is the observer, the witness. Be in the present and just watch how you're feeling. So now I'm going to ask everybody to just maintain that quiet state within you and just raise your hands up with the palms upwards, about the level of the heart. So just like that, and just see how you're feeling inside without projecting anything. You can say Mother Kundalini, because this is our own energy within us. How is the state of my subtle system? And just see, what are you feeling on your hands? Now, some of us may be feeling a bit of different sensations on the fingers, a bit of pressure on some of the fingers. Some of us might be feeling a bit of tingling in different parts of the hands. Some of us might not be feeling much at all on one hand or on both hands, or heat or cool. All these different sensations have significance, and they have meaning in relation to the chakras. So I'm going to go into a little bit of explanation about what they mean, and I'll ask you at this stage not to be worried if you feel like you've got a blockage on a particular chakra, because over the next few sessions we're going to show you how to clear the individual chakras. And this clearing process is something which occurs spontaneously. It occurs without us doing anything really, if we meditate, if we are able to just be in the present. And even just after self-realization, after this Kundalini is awakened, it starts to happen spontaneously. We don't have to actually do anything. In some ways, when we try to do something, we get in the way. When we think about things and worry about it, we stop the natural work. of this system. So don't just be a witness. The spirit is the witness within us. We're going to start off with just a way of using our hands to raise our own Kundalini energy within us. So you start off at the base of the spine with the two hands together, and you're going to circle. You're going to leave your left hand steadily coming up, and your right hand will circle clockwise around it. So when your hand is coming underneath, it's coming towards you, and then goes up close to you, and then over the top, and then over the front again. And that's clockwise around the hand. So we'll start from the base of the spine and slowly raise this energy within us. It's using the left hand of desire and the right hand of action together. Till you bring your hands above your head, bend your head back a little bit, and then tie a knot, similar to what's in the picture. So we're going to do this 3 times. We'll do it again, starting from the base of the spine, just taking your time, focusing on what you're feeling. Second time, we can stretch our head back and tie 2 knots. 1, 2. We'll do the same a third time. We'll tie a triple knot. Bend the head back, go 1, 2, 3. So this is something we can do when we start to meditate, before the meditation, and in a way it raises the Kundalini, because our attention is working through the hands and our attention is enlightened after self-realization. And the vibrations actually flow through the hands, and that's something that you'll find that you'll learn to use as well a little bit today and through each session. So we're going to then do what's called a bandhan, which is spreading the vibrations over the whole subtle system. We put the left hand open, put the right hand across to the left side and bring the hand over the head, down the right side, and then come back. We're going to do that 7 times. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then after doing that, just hold the hands in front of you again and just see how that feels. So see how your hands feel now compared to how they felt before. And you may find they're a little bit cooler, a bit lighter, and less tingling. And this is already using what we're feeling. And then, so that's the hand speaking. But what I'm going to show you now is the relationship between the chakras and the fingers on the hands. You'll see that the chakras are numbered from the base of the spine. The base chakra, the Muladhara chakra, is 1, 2 for the second chakra, all the way up to the 7th chakra, which is the Sahasrara, the crown chakra, the 1,000-petal lotus, which is the integration of all the qualities of the chakras and where this self-realization occurs, or enlightenment. You find that pictures of the Buddha sometimes have this thing here. You'll see pictures of all the saints, of all the different, from any religion, all seem to have a light, a glow over their head and a smile, regardless of what religion. So you wouldn't know, looking at a saint or a realized soul, what religion they may have started from, but they're kind of all the same. It's this universal language or state. But so the first chakra 1 is the heel of the hand. So you can do it simply. An easy way to remember it is if you go around your hand, starting from the heel of your hand, is 1. 2 is the thumb. And then you'll notice you go to every second finger. So 2, 3, 4, and you go around your hand again. 5, 6, the 2 fingers that are left, and then the middle of your palm is 7. That's it. That's one way of remembering which chakras relate to the fingers. Again, so 1 is the heel of the hand, 2 is the thumb, and then it's every second finger. Middle finger for middle chakra, the belly button. Little finger is the heart chakra, number 4. If you have a heart attack, you can get a tingling all the way, or a pain coming down to your little finger. That's known in medicine. So these chakras relate to reality. They relate to how we're built. So 4, and then you go around the hand again. The 2 fingers on the left, the pointing finger, which relates to the throat chakra, number 5. So when you get cranky and you start pointing your finger, then you'll probably catch on this chakra. It's a way of understanding, remembering. 5 is the ring finger. You notice that if you're married or you have any kind of relationship with anybody, you have to learn to forgive. And this is the chakra of forgiveness. And then finally, when we put our hand, the middle of the hand on top of the head, that's the Sahasrara, the 7th chakra. And on the hand, it's the same spot in the middle of the hand. So that's a way of remembering that what you feel on your hands relates to the chakras. If you feel a particular finger tingling, it tells you that that chakra on yourself is tingling. If you've got your attention on yourself, if you put your attention on somebody else, you can feel the state of their chakras. But it's most useful to guide and help us to clear ourselves and to balance ourselves. You find sometimes that you're behaving in a certain way, but you don't realize how you're behaving. But if you're a little bit centered and you realize, you'll start to feel maybe, oh, I've got pressure on this finger. And then you realize, oh, perhaps I've been a little bit arrogant and bossy or cranky. And this is how the vibrations work, the sensations. Today, I won't go into it much more than that, but just to show you that that's how our hands speak, how we learn from the hands. In the talk, Shri Mataji talked about the doctors can't determine what's wrong with somebody until they do many, many tests. But with vibrations, you can sometimes just put your attention on somebody and you can feel immediately that there's a particular catch that's there. And or even without even putting your attention there, somebody comes in the room and you feel something on your hands. And that's what can happen to you in time. It's something that, a bit like everything else, you can pay attention to it or you can not pay attention to it. So we're going to do something to improve the sensation on our hands, and it's just a hand massage. So if you've brought some oil, I suggest you get your towel. If you followed the instructions from the previous, like little flyer promo, put the towel on your lap. I have a little bit of oil here. So if you haven't got oil, you can still do this hand massage. Just do it without oil. So you put, but we're going to do it with oil now. So put a little bit of oil on your hands. And again, just maintain this meditative state. If you don't get frustrated or trying to rush around now to find everything, just see if you can do it. If you can't do it, just follow the rest of it. So I'm going to put a bit of salt on my hands, but sugar is the same. It just gives it a nice grainy. Mix it up with the oil a bit. I've got a towel on my lap, so I pick up any mess, and then you just rub this onto your hands. All right, so bring my sleeves back a little bit. And it's a way of physically just removing the dead skin on your hands, but it improves the sensation of your hands on a physical level and also on a subtle level. You'll learn about how to vibrate your oil and things like that over the next few sessions, but just for now, just any oil will do, or moisturizer, but olive oil is great, coconut oil is great, and then use salt or sugar. You don't have to use both, right? And you don't have to use any of this, but massage your hands. And then I'm just going to go to the next slide, so this is showing you the different fingers. So you can clear your chakras a little bit by working on individual fingers if you want. The best way is to work straight on the chakra. But say, for example, if you're feeling your little finger, if you massage it, that can help clear the chakra a bit. If you're a very good way for the general sensation is the wrist. So if we just massage the wrist, so just do this whether or not you've got oil. Just first we'll do the left hand and just rub it around like that. That's a way of clearing the throat chakra. Do that 10 times or so, and then the other side. You don't have to count. It's a random amount. Just rubbing like that, and then you can start from the base chakra. Rub those together for a little while. We'll just go through each of the chakras. That's the first chakra, the heel of the hand, like the heel of the body or your bottom. That's the first chakra. Then we'll do the second chakra, which is the thumb. So we'll rub the left thumb a bit, and then we'll do the right thumb. So that's the second chakra. Then we'll do the middle finger, which is the third chakra, on each hand. And then the other hand. And then you'll see there's the 3A on the diagram. That's around the palm. That's the void. So just massage the two void areas that relates to the ocean of illusion within us, where you get caught up if you take drugs or alcohol or follow false teachings, but also if you become master of yourself and have some little discipline, a balance of discipline. This is manifesting the positive quality of it. And this will, all these chakras will start to clear themselves. Now then the fourth chakra, again, is the little finger. Massage those a little bit on each hand. The fifth chakra is the index finger, the throat chakra. That's the fifth one, the pointing finger. And then the ring finger on each hand. And then the Sahasrara in the middle again. Like that. And then if you've got your towel, you can just rub your hands a little bit generally and then just wipe them with a towel. And that'll take away the excessive oil that hasn't been absorbed by your hands and the salt or the sugar. And then what we can do now is just take a couple of deep breaths, bring the attention inwards and quieter again. Raise our Kundalini like this once or twice. Touch the top of the head and just feel above the head again. Say, Mother Kundalini, please flow in me. Please let me deepen in my self-realization. Try with each hand. Just be aware what you're feeling. That brings the attention up to the top of the head. Even if you're not feeling anything, your attention goes there. You can actually feel something at the top of your head sometimes, as though there's a little bit of a cool happening, coolness, almost a liquid feeling. And then hold your hands in front of you and say, Mother, please let me feel the state of my vibrations. And you're probably feeling a lot more on your hands than before, and hopefully a little bit more cool. So, as I said, we're going to learn over the next few sessions how to clear and balance ourselves a little bit more. But for now, just enjoy the quietness. If you're in thoughtless awareness when you meditate, just to let your mind become quiet, the vibrations, the Kundalini will clear the individual chakras. Sometimes you don't feel it coming out the top of your head because it's going back down and clearing the chakras. So we're going to watch one last short video of Shri Mataji explaining a little bit about how to handle this vibratory awareness. And then we'll just meditate for 2 minutes after that to finish off the program. So just enjoy the quietness, leave your hands on your lap again, and just listen to Shri Mataji.
This spirit, when it manifests, it also gives you a state which we call as collective consciousness. It's the state by which you become, again I say become, it's actualization, it is not just talking. You become conscious collectively, means you become conscious of another person's centers on your fingertips. You also become self-aware. You know about yourself, what centers are catching, where are we going. Like a person who becomes mentally upset, he doesn't know. Till he becomes mad, goes to lunatic asylum and dies, he does not know. But in Sahaja Yoga, immediately you can find out that there's something going wrong with your mental side. If a person gets into cancer, he might get into the state of galloping cancer, about to die, then he may discover that he has got cancer. But in Sahaja Yoga, if there's a little imbalance, immediately it shows on your fingertips. And if you know how to do it, how to correct it, then every problem is solved. So as I told you yesterday, yoga has double meaning. Yoga means union with the divine. That's one. And the second one is the expertise, the deftness, what we call in Sanskrit kaushalam. You must have the deftness, how to handle this all-pervading power that is flowing through us, how to understand ourselves, how to understand others. That's an important part of Sahaja Yoga. Now the third thing that happens with self-realization is that you get a state of peace, of bliss, and of joy. When the Kundalini rises above this Agya Chakra, you become thoughtlessly aware. It's called as Nirvichar Samadhi, thoughtlessly aware, where there is no thought in your mind. If you want, you can think. If you want, you can think. But if you don't want, you can be in that state where you don't think. Actually, it's maddening sometimes the way man is thinking morning till evening, yarns after yarns, useless things, a joyless pursuit. But when this thinking stops, you are above the thoughts. I would say, to give it a simile, that the waves of thought come and go away. Another thought comes and goes away. We are jumping on the cusp of the thought all the time. Supposing we can just get in the center of the thought, that is the present. If we could stop at the present moment, then we are not worried about the thoughts. Like the waves of water, if you are in the waves, you are frightened of that. But supposing you are in a boat, then you can see the waves and enjoy them. In the same way, what happens to you that you jump up to a higher state of existence through which you see the thoughts. If you want, you don't want to see, you need not see. Now the thoughts that you see also are very wide and deeper, where you get inspirations. That's why, as Dr. Warren has told you, that your creativity improves. You can become tremendously dynamic, because your time is not wasted in wasteful thinking. You just know this is it. This is the exact. This is what we have to do.
So just let us meditate again. Again, watch the emotions and just slow down the breathing. Pause a little bit when you finish breathing in. Pause again when you finish breathing out. In a very relaxed way, not too forced, just enough to be able to just let the breathing slow a little bit and just be in the present. So as we did before, we're going to finish by raising and our Kundalini, tying it up. So just take your time. Just circle around your left hand as you raise your hand from the base of the spine to the top of the head. Bend the head back. Tie a knot. So this is using your left hand of desire and your right hand of action together to tie up your Kundalini and express that desire that it stays there, and we sustain that connection, which is the yoga. 1, 2, 3 on the third time. And then leaving the left hand open on the lap, bring the right hand across and go over. That's 1. Come back. 2. And just with full attention on what you're doing. 3. 4. 7. So thank you for attending, and please practice at home. Keep it really simple. Just practice the meditation, if nothing else. And be aware what you're feeling on your hands and what you're feeling above your head, even if you don't feel anything strongly or very confidently in the beginning. It will help to bring your attention there and help to bring your attention to a state of quietness. So that's the end of my presentation. I'll hand back to Lynn and Gulshan. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew. Oh, snap, Gulshan, snap. No, that was very nice. I enjoyed the hand massage quite a lot, even though my keyboard is very oily now, but I did wipe my hands.
Bring a towel.
I'm sure it'll be good for my keyboard as well as my hands. No, that was very nice. Go ahead, Gulshan. I keep talking over you.
I interrupted. I was just going to say, it's such a effective but a simple thing to do and easily done. And you do notice the difference in your hands if people can do that once a week or something. Really handy.
Once a month, even once in 6 months is good.
Okay. Yeah. It's been
I was going to say something, I forgot now.
Some people who've joined. I recognize some of the names, and it's really nice to have them join for day 3. And there's only one thing I was going to remind everyone before we get carried away with question and answers, was to please make sure that now that you've got your realization and your Kundalini has been awakened, to please give yourself at least 5 minutes in the morning and about 5 minutes in the evening to just try and nurture the Kundalini. The way you can strengthen the Kundalini is by meditating. That's your watering aspect to strengthen the Kundalini within us. Once the Kundalini strengthens, she supports and helps our chakras as well. So, and the same thing in the evening before you go to bed. And as Andrew showed us, raise your Kundalini, place yourself in abundance. Andrew, would you like to tell us why we raise our Kundalini and put ourselves in abundance?
Sure. So we raise our Kundalini to help us, to establish and the same, so that the Kundalini, when it passes through this chakra, we go into that state of quietness, that connectedness where we can meditate. So at the beginning of meditation, it's a great thing to raise your Kundalini and tie it up at the top. The bandhan is a way of spreading the vibrations of the Kundalini over your whole subtle system. It gives a protection to the subtle system at the end of meditation so that we can sustain that quietness without being disturbed by the environment around us. But also when we do it at the beginning of meditation, so that we're in a little bit of a cocoon. I mean, it's so many different things, but another thing that it does is it's a way of balancing the left and the right channel. Sometimes if you're feeling different vibrations and imbalance, you can just do one side to the other, but that's something we'll no doubt go into later on. But it's a good way to I tie up my Kundalini, give myself a bandhan the first thing in the morning when I get out of bed, and the last thing before I go to sleep, because I'd like to be in that state of connectedness all day, and then I'd like to have that same state at night.
Thank you. Nicely explained.
And even if you've gone out and then you recollect that you've forgotten to raise your Kundalini and put on a bandhan, even you can just do this and take your attention back up to the top of your head. And even just asking your Kundalini, please keep me in bandhan.
Yeah,
then you've done the job. So there's always a short form if you forget before you leave the house.
you
think, oh, I should keep myself protected.
Yeah, that's right. If you're doing it outside and you don't want to be too much noticed, you can kind of do it like this, because all the chakras are on your hands.
Correct. Yeah.
If there are any questions, please feel free to ask. You can type away a question, or I don't know, Lynn, if our participants are able to unmute themselves, if they'd like to ask a question. Perhaps our techies might be able to help us in that.
Yes, I think we just need to give, I think everyone's got the power to do that now. Whoops, I got the power to take away my picture. I'm taking away powers instead of giving them. I'm back.
There you are, back. Good.
There's some questions on the chat.
Yes, there was a question about whether the sessions were recorded somewhere, because obviously it's a very useful session that someone might want to have a look at again. And yes, they're all recorded. So in YouTube, you'll find them. Easiest way is to go to our page for June 2022. So it's just that website, freemeditation.com.au, and then you /June 2022, and you'll find all the recordings from these sessions, plus any resources. So if you wanted to have a chart or something that we used and showed you during the sessions, that'll be in the resources. And if it's not there already, it should be there in a few days. And of course, you can always ask us by contacting us via the website out as well, or in the chat here tonight or on future nights, if there's something you're not seeing there that you'd really like. So everything's freely available.
I was just going to say that anybody who's feeling really nice and quiet inside in meditation, you might even be happy not to listen to the questions and answers, because it can sometimes get distracting and busy, and just enjoy a bit of meditation by yourself, and you don't have to stay.
Yeah.
Join us again tomorrow or whenever you can.
Yeah, that's pretty much the formal part of the session is finished. And just if there's someone would like to share something, or there is a question, or if you want us to do that poll again where we can see how everyone's feeling.
There's a question from Sabrina. It says, my parents do a movement with their hand from the root chakra area up to below the chin. Do we have this in Sahaj? So what we did before, this is raising the Kundalini. I believe that your parents must be doing some sort of a meditation which is supposed to be raising the Kundalini. But if they're only coming up to below the chin, they're not coming, they're only coming up to the fifth chakra. So what we do is you leave your left hand open. If you have a photo of Shri Mataji, it's like a catalyst, will help to raise the Kundalini, even just having it there. And you can have your hand open towards the photo, or just have it open to receive the vibrations of the divine, which are everywhere all the time anyway. And then raise the right hand from the base chakra right up to the top of the head and touch the head like that, like actually Gulshan said before. And then you can put your hand above your head and just feel. This is a really simple, nice way to raise your Kundalini. So we have this in Sahaja Yoga.
So you want to go above your brain and thinking, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
So wherever your attention is, that's where you are.
So Lynn, you were just talking about perhaps ending the formal part of the program, and then if anyone had something they wanted to run past us, perhaps, is that what you wanted to do now?
Yes. So any questions, feel free to unmute and ask directly, or as some already have, that you can put that in the chat. In the meantime, we could run the polls again, just the same questions we had last night, and then we can just see how everyone's sensitivity to the way they're feeling is coming along. Here it is, poll 1.
Right.
So that is, did you feel